CoastLife, we're in that final stretch of winter, waiting for spring. And one thing to get you through the remainder of those winter blues is a food festival. So we are sitting down and talking with our friends Tara Sheldon and Hari Cameron. They are putting on VegWinterFest Rehoboth. Now, Tara, you've been a part of this for a couple years, right?
Yes.
So tell us a little bit about VegWinterFest. How did this get started? What is it? And what can people look forward to?
Absolutely. So VegWinterFest was born out of a request from many folks who come to our Veg Festival that we've been having for over 10 years. Mm-hmm. And the first one we had was in 2019, and Hari was there. Hari has been a part of VegRehoboth since the beginning. Nice. But people wanted something in the off season. So I was like, all right, let's do a VegWinterFest. And so it started there, and then we did it in 2020. Just before everything closed down, but we got it in there. We had a full house. Every seat was taken, and I'm really excited that we're coming back again, and we're doing it again this year, and we've got our festival coming up again in September as well. So
awesome! So a lot to look forward to. Now, Hari, you've been a part of this from the beginning, and I know you, as a chef, you get to play around with all kinds of menus. I mean, VegWinterFest, pretty much right there in the title that this is going to be plant-based, right?
For sure.
What is it about a plant-based menu that maybe people should try out? How does a festival like this maybe help people who are on the fence of trying a plant-based diet or already enjoying one but maybe need a little inspiration?
I think whether you're an omnivore, a vegan, I think that vegetables to me are super important, and really being compassionate is important for our environment, for animals. I think that eating a plant-based diet is a really, really healthy way to go for many, many people. And for me as a chef, it is giving people what they need and making it delicious and really caring for people. And I think that in this, I was raised vegetarian, and some of my childhood memories as a kid are vegetarian food. And I currently serve everything. You know, at Grandpa Mac, we have a lot of plant-based options, but really it's about caring for people, caring for our planet, caring for animals. And in this time, I'm gonna serve lunch, which is great. Nice. And I'm also gonna do a great demo, because whether you're new to plant-based eating and cooking or you're old hat, I think there's always little things you can do to make your food better.
Yes, and we love when Hari does demos, because you can be like, oh, write that down. Right. I need to take that home with me. Now, Tara, what kind of things can people expect when they attend the festival? Are there speakers? Are there activities, things to do?
Yes. So we will have over a dozen exhibitors with a mixture of body products, lotions, and things like that, as well as food and local artisans. VegRehoboth has always been about promoting local and promoting small business folks. You will see that our various events over the past 10 years, our Thanksgiving, for example, is one of our events. We've gone to a different restaurant every year. Nice. And once again, Hari was there at the very first one at Camp Rehoboth. But I really want our community to see that there's an interest out there, and I would like to include as many restaurants as possible so that they can see that there's people who are interested. And it just spreads the wealth. At this festival, at VegWinterFest, we're going to have Hari doing the plant-based demonstration. We will have Dorothy Greet, who's a blogger on Cape Gazette, doing Going Veg with Kids. We will have Rich Ferrandino doing a talk on reviving your future, which is all about eating well, sleeping well, moving well, feeling well.
We all need that.
Yes. Stuart Martins is going to be doing one on food labels. Lots of folks have no idea what exactly is in our food, so he's going to share that. And we're also going to have, just to help loosen everybody up, Sue McCarthy from Lewis Yoga is going to help us do a little stretching and get in the groove. And then lastly, Blue Zone Delaware. Perhaps folks are familiar with that new effort here. There's a wonderful special on Netflix called The Blue Zones, and one of the features of the Power 9 is to the plant slant, so eating more plants. And so they're going to be talking a little bit about that as well. Awesome. VegRehoboth, our whole mission is to promote the many benefits to our health, to the planet, and of course to the animals of living plant-based.
So I can already tell this is going to be a super fun, wonderful, great event. Yes. What's the when and where?
The when and where is at Lewis Library. We're going to be filling up the lobby and probably spilling a little bit out front too, and in both of the rooms. So Lewis Library this Sunday from 10 to 3.
Perfect. It's going to be tons of fun. You're definitely not going to want to miss it.
Yes.
These two aren't going anywhere though, because we're going to get a little taste of VegWinterFest when we get back. Still sitting on the edge of your seat, ready for VegWinterFest Rehoboth? I bet you are. That's why Tara Sheldon and Hari Cameron did not go anywhere. And you'll notice we have a little taste of what you might see at VegWinterFest Rehoboth coming up on Sunday. But before we dive into that, let's just kind of recap a little bit why you guys do this VegWinterFest Rehoboth and really VegRehoboth as an institution.
So VegRehoboth is all about just helping people who are either already plant-based or those who want to lean into plant-based. We get many new members who have had some health concerns, and perhaps their doctors are saying, you know, you might want to consider eating more plants. And there's a lot of resources on our website, on VegRehoboth.org. There are 3 columns. One of them is primarily dedicated to health reasons. Another one is for environmental reasons, and then another one is for the animal reasons. So whichever one, you know, draws your attention and motivates you, there's lots of resources there. But the health benefits you really cannot be overlooked, and there are a number of health concerns that actually can be reversed if you eat more plants. There's a new Netflix special called The Twin Studies that I would highly recommend. And also the Blue Zone is another really interesting one that talks about just eating more plants and how people live longer if they do.
That's great. Yeah, I mean, I think a lot of people have questions about the benefits of switching to an entirely plant-based diet. Right. I think sometimes that's even a more creative way just to include plants into your diet, because sometimes you're like, oh, how am I going to cook these vegetables? They're just boring. Right. I don't eat asparagus again.
Right.
Yeah.
And it doesn't have to, well, Hari can share that it doesn't have to be boring.
Yeah.
But it doesn't need to cost a lot of money.
True.
And it doesn't have to be that difficult. I am not a cook, and but you know, I had a 8-pound, 11-ounce baby on a vegan diet. So, you know, you can do it without making a lot of money and without being a chef like Hari.
There you go.
For sure. For me, vegetables cannot be boring. To me, vegetables can be more exciting. So there are so many different types of vegetables, and they can be so exciting. You know, there can be different types of lettuce, different types of things, and vegetables are delicious. They have lots of different textures, different flavors, and it's just about how to unlock its natural beauty. I think one thing I'm really going to be demoing about and teaching about is, like, a lot of vegetables are lean and they're missing either like the proteins or they're missing the fats, and there can be a lot of healthy fats. So for instance, in this Caesar salad, instead of using eggs, we're using tofu as the protein to emulsify it. The cheese itself is Daiya. It's a vegan mozzarella, but I'll even demo making your own Parmesan with almonds. Almonds are a great protein. You can really use nuts in a lot of ways to make cashew cheeses and different things. On this salad, this is the salad we serve at Grandpa Mac, and it's a vegan Caesar salad. It's everything you love about a Caesar salad, but no anchovies, no eggs, and lots of textures, you know, because I'm really about textures. When you eat it, when you get the flavor, when you hear the crunch. So romaine lettuce, dressed with a vegan Caesar, lemon, roasted garlic. We actually use a little bit of nutritional yeast flake, which adds like depth and umami, kind of tastes like cheese a little bit. The garlic croutons, almonds on top for protein and texture, and let's dive right in.
Let's do it, because now my mouth is watering.
Yes.
All right, I'm gonna get like a little bit of everything, a little bit of that cheese, a little bit of these croutons.
So the first thing I taste is that really beautiful garlic. I'm getting like nice lemon, I'm getting that tartness. The cheese itself is interesting. You know, vegan cheese, the way they make it these days really melts nicely. Like, we put it on our mac and cheese, our vegan mac and cheese at Grandpa Mac. We actually have a vegan panini called the VegRehoboth at Grandpa Mac. Nice. And we make a vegan cheese sauce there. I feel really lucky to be in Rehoboth. I feel like there's a lot of great restaurants for how small of an, or even in Southern Delaware in general, for how small of an area we're in. And also a lot of great chefs doing great things with food, and they really care about the food they're cooking.
So true. I mean, we were talking a little bit off camera about how, you know, 10 years ago, if you wanted to eat vegetarian or vegan, your option was pretty much salad. And as delicious as this salad is, you might want to work some other options in. And I think, you know, now we're living in a time where you've got so many alternative dairy options, you've got so many alternative cheese options. Like, there's a lot of ways to make it work for you.
And they've just gotten so much better over the last 10 years, the different cheeses and
a couple other things I'll be serving. I'm going to serve like Northern Delaware's tomato pie. Traditionally, it's a cold cheeseless pizza.
Yes.
Instead of using Parmigiano Reggiano, I'm going to make Parmesan with almonds and yeast flakes. I'm also going to serve a grain salad with lots of, it's winter right now, but we're starting to come into warmer times. So lots of seasonal vegetables. The citrus right now is really beautiful. And then a classic French soup that can either be served hot or cold called vichyssoise. It's a potato leek soup. It's very simple, but it is easy to make creamy and delicious without using all the heavy cream. It's, you know, you can actually taste more of the potato and the leek when you add less fat into it, and it'll have a creme fraiche or a crema of cashews as well. So lots of different great things when you're at VegFest to eat. You know,
All right, well,
we do that.
Potato leek soup and tomato pie are like two of my favorite things. So
Beautiful.
I will be showing up to the Lewis Library on Sunday for VegWinterFest Rehoboth. One more time, it is free to attend, but you are encouraging people to reserve their lunch, right?
Yes, and you can go to VegRehoboth.org to reserve your lunch selections. It is free to attend. We appreciate people registering in advance so that we have an idea of how to set up the tables and chairs and everything.
We just want a little head count.
Yeah, if I could say one more thing, I'm actually going to I have a new space called the Chef's Table at Touch of Italy. In this space, we're having all kinds of really great dinners, and I'm giving classes, and I'll be giving classes in cooking all kinds of different things, but we're definitely going to do a plant-based class too. So if that's something that you're interested in, you can go to thechefstabledE.com. Also, you know, if you're interested in wine dinners, bourbon dinners, in this space, my partners at Touch of Italy are so great, and it's a brand new state-of-the-art show kitchen where we're welcoming you into our kitchen, into our house, and into our space, and I'm just so excited to be teaching and serving people again. So that's an opportunity as well.
We're excited for you. I'm going to polish the rest of this off. Don't go anywhere though, because we do have a little more coast life to get to when we get back.